All right, well, from the backyard to the forests, how many people can say that they have a species named after them?
It's a select group, that's for sure, and that group now includes an award-winning photographer from right here in Nebraska. Joining us now is Joel Sartore. Thanks for being here today, Joel.
My pleasure.
Yeah, so first tell us about the photo arc.
The photo arc is my 25, 30-year effort to document species around the world, get people to pay attention before they go away. You know, there's a lot of species that are kind of in trouble now. Even monarch butterflies, which we have here as a federally listed species. So we do studio portraits on black and white backgrounds to equalize everything. Mouse is every bit as big as an elephant in these pictures. And go to zoos, aquariums, and private breeders and wildlife rehabbers around the world again and again to try to bring those back to National Geographic and celebrate all things great and small. So in the last 4 months, we've been in Vietnam and Thailand and Peru and Chile and Cedar City, Utah last week for Utah prairie dogs. So we go all over the place.
Wow, yeah. So now you have a species named after you.
Evidently so. Dr. Brett Radcliffe, who's a world expert on scarab beetles, named a small little lesser rhinoceros beetle, Sartorii. Bothinus.
There it is, Bothinus sartorii.
There it is, yeah. Yeah, and we had a local artist draw that up because there's only one, the one shown on your screen. It was collected 22 years ago in Cochabamba, Bolivia. It's the only one known. It's on a pin at the University of Nebraska State Museum collection.
Wow.
So that's it. Nobody's, people really haven't seen it alive. We don't know whether it's rare or common, but there it is, and it's a big honor.
Yeah, I would think so. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Tell me a little more about how that happened. Like, how did this end up happening?
Well,
that you got this named after you?
Dr. Radcliffe, he's a scarab beetle expert, and he examines other people's collections, and he found this in another guy's collection somehow, and he thought it was new, and he finds so many species that are new to science. It's amazing. He goes to places and samples forests that are going to be cut in South America, which have their own complement of insects, and he has the only examples of those many times.
Wow.
But so it's in the photo arc too, even though it's dead and on a pin. By the way, we started the photo arc at Lincoln Children's Zoo with the naked mole rat.
That's right.
How many years ago? 18 years ago, and now 16,500 species in. We keep going.
Was this your idea to come up with this?
It was. My wife Kathy got breast cancer about 19 years ago. She's fine now, but she was down with chemo and radiation for the better part of a year. So I stayed home and took care of the kids, and I decided to shift what I was doing from magazine stories, which kept me away from home all the time, to doing portraits of animals because there's so many of them are small. Most of the animals you see that are in trouble can fit in the palm of your hand. They're not all gorillas and tigers. So the small animals are never going to get a whole story in National Geographic. So these portraits give them all a chance to be heard. And we do rare or common animals, but yeah, we're heading towards, 20, 25,000 species by the time we're done.
That's so cool. I remember when you were at the zoo there and featured in National Geographic. That was a neat moment. Well, Joel,
they grant fund us, so I'm very grateful for that. I should say that.
well, Joel, thank you for coming in.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Thank you.